Hello everyone. Today I have for you a game called Socks. It's a card game for 4 to 6 players, plays in about 15 to 20 minutes, and it's by FloofCorp. It's on Kickstarter now, and it's a game of trying to not collect sets. As we will see in the playthrough and setup, it's an anti-set collection game. So let's go ahead, let's get it on the table, and take a look at it. So here's the prototype for Socks that we got. As you can see, we got the box right there. And all this is just a prototype. Stuff can change, components, everything can change during the Kickstarter. So the card stock for the prototype is a little bit flimsy. But like I said, it's just a prototype. Everything changes during Kickstarters. That's how it goes. So there's the box. This is Socks. It's by FloofCorp. And the purpose of the game is to try to get individual socks. You're playing a goblin who works for GobCorp, and you are powered by individual socks. This is an anti-set collection game where you don't want to make sets. If you make sets, they immediately get discarded. We're going to show you some of these cards. So it comes with some how to play cards that remind you of what's your actions. You start with 5 action cards in your hand, and then on your turn, you can either play an action and nest a sock, and we'll explain what that is in a minute, or you can draw a sock from the drawer. And the purpose of the game is to get 5 unique socks. So I'll go ahead and hand one of these each to myself and Gothy, and I'm going to put one over here at the end of the table because we're going to play with a phantom player that right here. We usually use our cat Sheba, but because the game is supposed to be for 4 to 6 players, but we've played the game with 2 players. We played the game with 3 players because it's only every now and then that we can get more than 3 players to play a game with us, except on game nights, and this preview is being done on short notice. So but we played it with 2-3 players, and it works out perfectly fine. But the suggested player count is 4 to 6. So now you have your stack right here of socks, and each sock is individually pictured. You see there's a little purple sock there with a fluff cover and everything, and they have a regular side, which is the drawer side, or the room side, and then they have another side that has the same picture of the sock, but it has like bedding in it, like a nest. And this is used for when you nest your socks. Like I said, during action, you can play an action and nest a sock, or you can draw a sock from the drawer. So to begin the game, you go ahead and you take your whole stack and make sure that they're all drawer side or room side up, and go ahead and give them a shuffle and put them in the center of the table where everybody can reach them. And make sure you leave a spot next to them, which will be the discard side, because this counts as your laundry hamper. Anytime that you make a pair of socks, they're going to go into the laundry hamper. So you're trying not to get pairs. It's an anti-set collection. It's the opposite of set collection. I know, which drives Gothylocks crazy because of her OCD. She has to like pair stuff up. The other thing you have is you have a stack of your action cards, which say, of course, socks on the back. And then they have different actions you can do, like this one, sticky socks. You pair and discard a sock from each of any 2 rooms. So you can pick, two players, and if they have the same sock, you can go ahead and pair them up and discard them, so it doesn't count. Because the goal of the game is to have 5 individual socks nested in front of you. Let's go ahead and grab a different one. Like this is Itchy Sock. Force all other goblins to discard 1 sock each from their rooms. Because whenever the socks are in front of you and they are face up like this, they're counted as being in your room, not nested, and any player action can affect them. Whenever you have a sock that's nested, like this, with the nesting side up, players can't affect those socks. The only thing that can affect those socks is if you draw, or if you have a sock that's given to you or in front of you of the same sock. It counts as a pair and goes into the laundry hamper discard pile. That's the only thing that can affect nested socks. So at the start of the game, you go ahead and shuffle up these discards here, not the discards, sorry, you shuffle up the action cards, and you give each player 5. So we'll go ahead and deal out 5 here. Alright, and make sure that the action cards are accessible. We're going to have Sheba's cards over here. Okay, and then we'll take turns playing as Sheba. I'll play one time, and Gothylocks can play the next one for... Alright, so I'll go ahead and I'll start out the turn. So I can either draw a sock from the drawer, which would be taking the top and put it in front of me, or I can play an action card and then nest a sock. And anytime you play an action card after it resolves, you get to fill your hand back up with another action card. So you always have 5 action cards in your hand. So let's go ahead and start out with playing House Party. Right there. It says deal 4 socks to any goblin. So we'll go ahead. I think I'll pick myself as the any goblin. And I'll deal 4 socks to myself. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I accidentally dealt myself 2 of the same socks. So since I made a pair, these actually go to the discard pile. I do not get them. So now since I played an action card, I get to nest a sock. So let's go ahead and nest this watermelon looking one right in front of me. Throw it over there. My action card goes into the discard pile, and since it's resolved now, when I nested the card, I get to refill my hand with an action card, so I have 5, and I can see what I have coming up for next turn. So play passes over here to Sheba. Let's see what Sheba, if she wants to do an action. Yeah, she's going to go ahead. She's going to play this It Was Under Your Bed card right here to draw 2 socks. So Sheba will get a purple sock like that, and then this green sock like this. And then since she played an action card, she will get the nest a sock. Let's go ahead and have her nest that purple one, and she'll get to draw and refill 1 action card to her hand. And then play passes over to Gothy.
I will play It Was Under the Bed. So I get to draw 2 socks.
Okay.
And of course, the rest.
And the cards are both yellow. She draws 2 of the same yellow socks, so they get put, since they're a matching pair, into the laundry hamper. And obviously, she doesn't get the nest of socks, since she doesn't have one in front of her, and she gets a draw from the action pile. The play goes to me. Let me see. Do I have anything good? Let's say I don't have any good actions for right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw a sock from the drawer. So when you do that, you take the top one off, put it into your room, but you don't get to nest anything, and the play will pass to the next player. So it'll be Sheba's go. So go ahead and look at Sheba's action card, see if Sheba wants to play one.
I guess she'll play laundry. Why me? Deal a sock to each goblin, starting with yourself.
Okay. So go ahead. So Sheba gets this pink sock here. Gothy will get this blackish sock there, and I will get this little one here. All right. And then she gets to nest a card. So which one does she want? She'll nest that green one that she has. Okay, and she'll draw her action card. Yep, and play past the Gothy.
I'm going to attempt to play It Was Under the Bed again and draw 2 socks.
To draw 2 socks. Gothy has the bad luck. Well, you always like making pairs of socks, so
but it's not helpful.
You got 2 of the same ones, they get discarded. So, but she does get to still nest a sock, yes, and then draw an action card to replace that one. Okay. Okay. Here, I'm gonna help you out a little bit. I'm gonna play Sneaky Little Bandits to swap room contents of all goblins clockwise or anti-clockwise or counterclockwise, as the case may be. So yeah, we're gonna go counterclockwise to swap all the contents of the rooms. So I will room content, and remember it's room content, not the ones that have been nested. Nested are different. So we're gonna rotate room content socks. So those will go to Gothy, and this one will come here to me. Then I will get to nest a sock. So nest it that way, and I refill my action card to my hand. Alright, so now it is Sheba's turn. Let's see. Yeah. She is going to play They Didn't Match. Deal 2 socks to any goblin. So now, of course, I could have her deal the 2 socks to herself, but one of the reasons to do these kind of things is to try to screw over other players. So deal 2 socks to any goblin. And I can see that the top sock on this stack right here is the same sock as me. So I think strategically that Sheba would deal those 2 socks to me, because knowing that whenever I get this one, it's going to be a matching pair and I'm going to have to discard it. Plus this one here. So she deals me the 2 socks. These are matching, so they get put into the laundry hamper and mess me over. She would normally get to nest a sock, but she doesn't have a sock. But she does get to refill her hand with 1 action card. And then that leaves me with 1 less nested sock and 1 room sock. So it kind of messes me up a little bit. But yeah, but strategically, that's what Sheba would do. Because that cat hates me.
She loves you. I'm going to play a card called Need Sugar. Put in a goblin's room, they must skip their next turn by discarding this.
Oh, God. So whose room are you putting it in? You're putting it in my room. Oh, man. All right. And then you get the nest of sock. Okay. And refill your hand. And then, of course, I've got that Need Sugar card, which makes me discard this to skip my turn. So play will go to Sheba, so you get to do her turn this way.
I think she'll play this. Eek, I reckon. Discard a sock from another goblin's room.
Okay.
And she's probably going to target me because she's been grumpy lately.
Grumpy lately, and you've got more socks in your room than anybody else. So. Okay, then she gets to nest a sock, but she doesn't have any in front of her.
She gets to draw.
And she draws her action card, and then play goes to you. We'll play, after you finish, we'll play 1 more round, and then we'll get to the review. See how close we can get.
I'm going to play They Didn't Match. Deal 2 socks to any goblin. I'm going to target myself.
Okay, draw 2 socks to yourself. Oh, they're matching socks again. All right.
That's fine.
But you still get to nest a sock in your room and draw your action card. So you're actually up on everybody since you have 3 nested socks, and the purpose is to get 5 individual socks nested. So let's go ahead and do 1 more round. Oh, there goes that card. Oh, let's go. Okay, none of my action cards are viable, so I will just draw a card from the sock drawer to my room, and then play will go to Sheba over here. What is she gonna go? She probably do this one right here. So she's gonna do kitty presents. Move a sock from the top of the discard pile into your room. So she will get to take this brown sock right here. That's part of the pair that Gothy put in there, and move it to her room. Since she played an action, she gets to nest a card, and then she gets to refill her hand with an action card. So now she's tied, as it is right now, with Gothy Locks.
So I'll play House Party.
House Party!
Deal 4 socks to any goblin.
4 socks to any goblin.
I'm going to target Sheba.
You're going to target Sheba. Okay, so Sheba's going to get 4 socks from the drawer.
Oh, man.
Okay, so this sock actually pairs up with this one, so these will get discarded.
I was hoping more would match.
Yeah, more would match, yeah. And Sheba has these right here. And now if Gothy had nested socks. You could nest it, but now she still gets to draw there. All right, so that's the basic gameplay of socks. So let's go ahead and get to the review. So as you can see, socks is really simple and to pick up. The rules are easy. The gameplay is quick. If you don't pay attention to the different stuff in the description, just to let you know that we finished the game after we stopped recording, and Sheba ended up winning, which kind of upsets me. She's actually used to stealing socks, so it just comes second nature to her. And I didn't know she was a goblin, but I guess she is. So go ahead and check it out on Kickstarter. It needs our help to get funded. It's a nice little game. We'll see you next time on Logan Chops Reviews.